What's going on, family? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, follow us on TikTok. Also, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified of all future content. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers, so please subscribe. Growth on Purpose is a brand that's all about growing on purpose so that you can grow in purpose. This show is called Be the Bridge, with the understanding that the bridge between transition and transformation is transparency. That in order to grow and transform into the person you want to be, you have to be real and transparent with yourself and acknowledge where we fall short so we can improve upon our weaknesses and make them strengths. On this show, I will be interviewing people being that bridge, being honest and transparent about the things that they are going through. So with no further ado, introducing today's guest, I have LorynLey, Lee, with us today. She's going to be rocking with us. So how you feeling?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling really good. It's been
okay. Well, you look good, girl.
day.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get right into it. So first question I want to ask you is, how did you come to know Jesus for yourself?
Yeah, so it was actually when I was 20 years old. So my family has been Christian. I was raised Christian. But I felt like for myself, I didn't have a relationship with God, and I didn't know what a relationship with God was until I was 20. And that was like with my ex-fiance. So I was engaged, and he was a PK. He was a pastor's kid. And so he kind of brought me to Christ. And when I really understood what a relationship with God was, is when I met him. And then afterwards, for myself, I found myself reading the Bible more, praying more, and doing things on my own that I wasn't doing when I was a kid. So I felt like it was 20 years old is when I found God. And 21 is when I was baptized. So yeah,
Okay,
it was
okay.
20.
So I actually know a little bit about that relationship, and I know that that was a big coming to Jesus moment where you finally found a man that was being led by God, and that inspired you to continue to do the same. So that's beautiful. That's beautiful. What are your areas of weakness or things that you struggle with or used to struggle with?
How much time do we have? Um,
Talk your talk,
so
girl.
it
Go ahead.
was it was a lot. It was a lot of things. So my relationship with God and just my journey being who I was before and who I am now has been anything but linear. So I feel like for me, it was a lot of things that I struggle with. I'll struggle with lust. I struggle with self-image. I struggle with self-doubt. But I feel like the main thing for me is I was struggling with my self-image. So when I was younger, I was always chubby. And I was fine with it until other people started picking it out, and it kind of made me self-conscious. And I feel like from then on, I just had these body insecurities and things I struggle with. And it's some things I still struggle with, but it's not as much as I struggled before. And I felt like when I started seeing myself as beautiful and seeing who God made me to be, I started looking at things, all my insecurities as beauty. And a lot of things I didn't like, I transformed it into things that I did like about myself. And I feel like that was my journey when I think it was like when I was 12 is when it started. I was 12 years old, and then I gained a lot of weight. I was like 220 pounds, and then I lost 60 pounds. And then it was from there, I started looking at myself in a different light. But even when I was bigger, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to live my body the way that God made it. And I'm going to make sure I'm making healthier choices and doing those things. But that's what I was struggling with, was with my body and self image. So that was the main thing. And it's
Gotcha.
still something I kind of struggle with, but I just handle it better. I just handle it a lot better.
Definitely seen you progress through your fitness journey. At one point, I think you was either vegan or
Yes.
one of those,
Was.
and then you had lost a ton of weight, and then you've really been so conscious about your fitness and everything. But I've seen the transformation. Congratulations, you look great,
Thank
girl.
you.
Um,
Thank you.
Shameless
Thank
plug. She's
you.
also a model, y'all. So she obviously, got the gift. But yeah, I've also dealt with insecurity too when it comes to, of course, my weight. As you know, I've gained weight over the years, but then I've also lost weight, lose 40 pounds here, gain it back, lose 30 pounds here, gain it back. So my weight has been up and down. But then this year, actually, I've made a dedication to where I have to look back as far as what was my reason for losing weight last time? What was I
Hmm.
doing it for? And before it was okay to be healthy, to look different or whatever it might be. But what was my real motivation? Because at the end of the day, I was happy with myself, but I know I needed to
Yeah.
be healthier. And I know that,
Hmm.
being overweight isn't always comfortable either. So I wanted to be comfortable. I wanted to build my confidence and all that. And this year really has been my it's been different only because now I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it because I know God told me that this year is my transformation year. Last year was my
Mhm.
obedience year.
Same.
Start the podcast, do all the things
Uh-huh.
that I did, follow God and just be obedient to his word. This year has been my transformation year, and already in January, he's done so much, not just with the podcast, but with my church and my job, and just so many different things. So I'm literally transforming from the inside out. I've already got like a diet measurement going on. Being consistent with that. I've already feel a
Yay.
little bit different, getting my energy
Uh-huh.
up. So yeah, I can definitely understand that you have been the epitome of beauty. So don't forget that. Know that inside and out, you have been a beautiful person. I know that there was a time where me and my wife was in need because we made a bad financial decision, and you were there to help us out financially. So that will always mean the world to me. So know that,
Oh,
especially
Nate.
as a man who's supposed to provide for his family, I can't thank you enough. So thank you so much for that. Last question.
Of
How has
course.
God in your
Mhm.
relationship with him helped you to overcome these issues?
Yeah, so, and I want to speak to one more thing too before I answer that question as well, because you said a lot of different things that I felt was really beautiful and that can really resonate with other people who are going through the same things that we've gone through, or even different things that they struggle with. Discipline. I feel like if God is teaching us discipline in other areas of our life, and I feel like if we're trying to lose weight and do all these things to be healthy, even though we like our body the way it is, it does take discipline. And I feel like we have to pray for that. We have to go to God for those things as well. And I feel like with that, that's where my transformation came. And like you said, this year is transformative for you. It also is for me, which is crazy. And I feel like that's very much aligned because last year was my discipline. Last year was my obedience. Discipline is this year. And I feel like transforming it because I reached my Jesus year. I just turned 33. And I feel like God's already showing me a lot of things in that. So I just wanted to point that out because you've gone through so many things and it's been really transformative and I could already see that. And I just wanted to highlight you for that because you've gone through so many things and you've been amazing. You've been an amazing husband and you're doing this podcast, which is so amazing because you're helping other people out as well. So I just want to shout out you for that. So
Thank you for the flowers. Thank you for the flowers.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
Appreciate you.
And so, to answer your question, I feel like with my relationship with God now and how me being closer to Him has helped me with all the issues that I've gone through because, again, it was discipline. And I felt like I wasn't disciplined enough in myself, but I wasn't going to God for the things that I felt like I needed to. I felt like I could have done everything by myself. And I think that was the issue. I felt like, okay, let me just work out. Let me just get through this workout. Let me just get through these things. Let me do this by myself. Like it was a point to where I felt like I didn't need God. And
Mm,
that's real. I feel like, okay, let me just pray to God and
right.
just say, thank you, God, for everything I have. But honestly, I felt like I was doing stuff by myself so much to where I didn't need God. And that's when I felt like things in my life were kind of like not crumbling down in a way, but showing me that I needed God. And sometimes those roadblocks will come in our way to show us that we need God. And I feel like my relationship has strengthened with God. And everything that I see as a roadblock now is not just a roadblock. It's God showing me who He is and that I still need Him in my life. Because without
Yes.
that
Yes.
roadblock, I feel like I wouldn't get past half the things that I've been through. And it reminds me of God's favor that I've had in my life. And it reminds me that He still holds me and that He's still there for me to this day. So that's what has grown my relationship with God and continues to keep me there even though there's things I struggle with other than my body image and all these things. There's a lot of stuff that He has shown me that I need Him, and that's
Got
where
you.
I'm
Got
at.
you. That's what's up. I know that a lot of us can say about the whole, sometimes we forget about God when things are going well, right? When everything's going
Mhm.
the right way, when he's answering prayers and things are moving and things are blessing, we forget to pray. We forget to acknowledge him. And then when things go wrong, we on the phone with Jesus, like,
There
yo,
we
what's
go
going
on the
on?
line,
I need your help. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of
like
like one of
that.
those situations where I think we can all relate to that. That's a big part of our faith journey. We are human, and we need to always keep our mind stayed on Him, right? And realize that every single day, good or bad, good days, bad days, I need Jesus. And also live our lives as Christians that way, saying, I'm a Christian that knows I need Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying Christian means perfect, but saying Christian means I need help. And I know that the only help that is going to change my life forever is that help in that personal relationship with God. So yeah, that's what's up. Thank you so much for sharing. I do appreciate your
Of
time.
course. Of course.
Also, thank you guys for viewing. We do appreciate all of our viewers. At this time, if you have anything that you want to put in the comments, please do so. Also, when it comes to the comments, we want to build relationship around the comments. So please, if you have a similar story, if you have something that's going on where you also have the same message, or you want to add to that, or you want to also share what you might be struggling with, please put in the comments. We want to build a community around the comments so that we can help each other, because everybody has either a different story or a similar story that we like to share, and if you share it, it might encourage somebody else to share. So we definitely want to hear from you. Also at this point, sis, if you have any social media handles, or if you want to shout out any last words, this is your time, girl. Go ahead.
Thank you. So my social media is LorynLey, so that's LorynLey. And then I also have a LorynLey Fit page as well for my fitness journey that I was just talking about. So I just want to really let people know that it's my final last words, my comments, is that, really go to God for everything. That can be your relationship. It can be anything really small. And I feel like people think that, let me just go for the big things, for finances, for discipline, for all these other stuff. But even the smallest thing, I feel like we need to go to God for, because it helps with our character as well. And it helps us to continue to rely on him on the little things, so that the big things won't seem like, oh my God, like, where is God at? Like, I need him. He's going to handle us. He's going to handle everything that we're going through. So continue to have faith and continue to rely on him.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you again, sis, for being on the show. I do appreciate you. Again, viewers, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are on our way to 1,000 subscribers. Also, don't forget to follow us on TikTok. And also, don't forget, the bridge between transition and transformation is transparency. Continue to be that bridge, y'all. We are out.
Bye.